Hello, people of YouTube. Welcome back, all you beautiful musicians, songwriters, everything in between, just music lovers, whatever brings you here. Welcome to Evolve Songwriting. My name is Jake, and today I have seen that this lovely album has dropped. This is Rina Sawayama with Hold the Girl, second album of hers. Though I haven't heard the first. Probably should get around to that if this one goes well. But yeah, saw this pop up on my Spotify, and I was like, oh my goodness, I got to get around to this because I know some of you have recommended me listening to Rina. What better time than a new album drop? So very excited. I have no idea what to expect. I have not listened to a single song of hers aside from the work she featured on with the Charlie XCX album, I believe. So my mind is open, but I did a little quick Google search just to get my bearings here. What I saw was very cool. I saw that it was influenced a lot by Paramore, amongst others, and Taylor Swift's Folklore. I don't know how those two go together, but Paramore is one of my top favorite bands of all time, as is Taylor Swift, especially the album Folklore. I'm sure you guys know. Absolute masterpiece. So I have high hopes for this. I think I'm going to absolutely dig it. I'll be honest, the album art is very eye-catching, very strange looking. Can't really say much other than let's get to it. Before we do, though, please hit the subscribe button down below. That way you're not going to miss the next video. And there's a link to join the Discord community in the description as well. Would love to have you there. I think we should get to it. So this is 13 tracks. Rina Sawayama with her second album, Hold the Girl. Let's dive in. Alrighty, first up on the list. It looks to be just like a little introduction track, 2 minutes long. Minor Feelings. This is written by Lauren Aquilina, Rina Sawayama and Vic Jamieson, produced by Rina, Barney Lister, and Clarence Clarity. Well, Lauren Aquilina, I am a big fan of her music and her writing, and good to see Rina also on the production. Always good. All right, let's hit it. First track. What do we got?
How am I supposed to feel when your words and
She's got a very rich voice.
I just sit and smile.
All right. Harmony's already doing wacky stuff. Beautiful. So notice, it's only a short song, but notice we already had a lot of detail, beautiful setting, and descriptive words packed in there. And now we're sort of lengthening everything out just to breathe. Just really carrying that that's the 4 minor there, showing up so much these days. Oh, there it is. A little more rhythmic with the vocal too. Yeah, man. Beautiful. I just love people who do introductory tracks like this that are super ambient, really setting the tone for the rest of the album, I hope. Big standout was that 4 minor once again. And a lot of those more dissonant parts, there was plenty of other stuff happening there. What stood out to me was the tone of her delivery and the lyricism. A really good start. It was very descriptive. Aptly named Minor Feelings. Was straight into that moodiness. It was dark. It had a hint of bitterness to it and loss and mourning. And I love the way that she sang. Yeah, seems like we're going to get some more complex harmony in a few of these songs. Loving the mood so far. Let's keep going to the next one. All right, track 2 with the title track, Hold the Girl, written by Johnny Latimer, Barney Lister and Rina Sawayama, produced by Rina and Barney. Let's just quickly check out Johnny Latimer. Has written for the likes of Ellie Goulding, a fair bit, and a lot of names that I don't know. Francis, I know. Sinead Harnett, never heard of. Bruno Maggi, yes. Title track, what do we got? Hold the Girl. I love her voice. That real old school delay. Beautiful theme. Repeating that line. Okay, breakbeat coming in. Damn, funky. Strong bass. Okay, now you got strings and acoustic guitar. Weird. And then, wow. Now you sort of, it's borrowing a little bit of those 80s flavors, but just a big pop chorus. Nice. So it's still very structured, just very interestingly juxtaposed structures, that's all. Really using the syncopated vocal here. Almost all of that's offbeat. And then let it breathe. This is just like real poppy. But then here to the B minor. That's nice. Just to give it some little mellowness. Beautiful. All right. Secondary dominant. Changing the harmonic timing. Back on the straight. Nice. That beat's really gluing it together too. All right, we changed keys. So spacious. So we're up one semitone here. Big. Man. Gee, I tell you, that was a big mix of stuff. All right, this is Rina Sawayama. That was a lot of different things meshed together. It started out with a little bit of 80s feel, like just the vocal production, a very present delay. That kind of I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor sort of, I don't know, just like the strings with the delay vocal, that just really puts me in that place. And then you had like this kind of modern break beat, very fast moving, shuffly beat, which actually stayed very consistent throughout. And I think that provided a lot of forward motion and pace to the song, right? Those moments, especially in the chorus, right? The actual vocal there it's not moving too much. So having that pace in the drums helps things move on. But I don't know, it's really weird, you know, like again, very descriptive. So I can see the singer-songwriter style in the verses a little bit, putting us again in that a little bit of a mellow space, especially with her voice, man. Like she has a very good voice for just that touch of drama. So it's really nice. And then, yeah, we just opened into this huge pop chorus. So it's just a standard very, we had the 6 to the 4, 1 to the 5, except the second time around swapping that last chord for a 3 chord there. But we saw the, would it be a B7 going into the E minor. So just using, you know, a nice spectrum of chords. And there was a lot of harmonic timing changes as well. I think I caught before the bridge, was it? Or maybe it was the bridge, where we started changing chords like once every beat. So just really, really dynamic, I suppose. But having that beat and that very like tight chorus provides some foundation to it. So definitely not the most experimental thing I've heard, but obviously giving us a hint of that, and seems like we can go a little different if we need to. But I'm a huge fan of the voice so far. Big fan of the voice. But we'll move on to, looks like the biggest song on the album, track number 3. Let's go. Super excited for the next one because it seems like this was the single. This was the big one. We have a huge amount of plays on this. This Hell, track number 3. Explicit warning. This is written by Paul Epworth. Lauren Aquilina's back in the mix. Rina and Vic Jamieson again. Produced by Rena, Paul Epworth, and Clarence Clarity. All right, This Hell. What do we got? Already feel the danciness of it. Just a pentatonic riff. Right. Yeah. Dancey. Ooh, nice little chromatic movement in that back in there. Cool. The stabs. Bump, bump. Nice. Wow. So, the textures. Oh, dude. Damn. Super cohesive. All right, Poppy. It's doing all the right things. So it's a little more formulaic. Just before I forget, man, you got a lot of these elements working along this theme of the hell, and it's super dark. Her vocals actually quite brightly delivered and very energetic, but you've got like these bells and these dark textures underneath it. It's cool. I'll keep going. And these the distorted guitars that just whereas this is light and dancey. The dark harmony. Interesting.
Wow, that's hot.
This we got the straight vocal, right? Bum, bum. Everything she's singing. Da, 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 da. Really with the beat.
Get in line, pass the wine, bitch. We're going straight to hell. Got my invitation to eternal damnation.
There it is again. The cohesiveness of the themes and the lyrics. Damnation, hell. But doesn't sound like she minds going there. Woo. Just again. So A minor pentatonic there. Nice little climbing harmony. So here I was mentioning that I wanted to mention so much. It's these melodic shapes. Now she's just sitting up there, but this is catchy as hell, man. Man, what a bop. Obviously super popular, great single. Very mainstream in terms of the structure and the techniques were going on there. So mainly when you see something like that, right, you have, dance beat, can't go wrong. You've heard that kind of song a lot. Very bouncy and syncopated verses on against the very straight and strong chorus, right? It's mostly on the downbeats versus the verses were a little bit more between, like, and it's more of a rap. It's more flowy. So it just gives you this beautiful vocal contrast. But there was a lot of elements. Definitely world-class production. Most of it we were with this just climbing in A minor. But definitely heard another secondary dominant in there somewhere and a few other substitutions. But it is mainly in that, was it the pre-chorus? Let me just listen here. This, really changed harmony. I gotta get that. I think it definitely starts with the C, but the bell, the dong, is definitely hitting some other note, and it's creating this weird dissonance. But that's followed with the minor here, into the 4, into the 4 minor, once again, everywhere. Then we repeat that. But the second time, we go to the E major to build up into our sort of pentatonic run with the climbing A minor. So those specific chords, that 4 minor chord and the 3 minor chord, and whatever the bells were doing and the bass was doing was like really giving it that haunting thing, and so appropriate, man. The song is this hell. I mentioned lyrically, everything is so on theme. You had damnation, hell, all these imagery that is associated with this theme. It's so focused. But I like the way she came at it, like it was more of a playful thing, and especially in those verses, it was very positively delivered. So it was a nice little mishmash of darkness in terms of texture, but playfulness and liveliness in terms of the lyric, the danciness of the beat, and the way she sang. So that was really cool. I mean, super catchy. I'm fired up. I'm bouncing. But let's see what we got next with the next track. Diving into track 4. After that energetic song, this one is Catch Me in the Air, written by Adam Crisp, Grace Barker, Oscar Scheller, Rina Sawayama, and Stuart Price. Produced by Rina Sawayama, Stuart Price, Clarence Clarity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 riders. Takes a team, guys. All right, Catch Me in the Air. What do we got? Ooh, I love the flute. Already hearing that suspension. That idea. Beautiful. I love any song with the 8th note drive. Just alternating. 1, 4, right? Beautiful. So before this chorus. So simple harmony and very simple drive, because that's all about the story there. Lovely story going on. Yeah, I'm loving it. That almost primalness to it, I don't know. The plane? Hear the Taylor Swift influence here too. But she's got that much stronger voice. She did also mention Kelly Clarkson was an influence, and can very much hear that too. Keeping it simple. Nice call and response, and into the B section. Da, da, da. Changing subdivision. Da, da, da. Ooh, these guitars are beautifully produced. So, what's that? We had a borrowed chord there. Wow. Man, it's so open. guys. I'll go back to that. All those violins stabbing in the back. So the bass driving the 8s, violins driving the quarters, her vocals fill in the gaps. Yeah, man. Man, you can hear the Kelly Clarkson in that. Just that. It definitely had that sort of 90s rock. Man, before I forget, I'm going back to that. That is one of the coolest key changes I've heard lately. Let's go back. All right, it took me a while to get, but we go into this final down-tempo chorus. So we're in E, right? Climbing into the D minor, which is the 4 minor in A. Now we hit in A. Now we've changed keys from E to A. Beautiful transition, right? We're using this climb from the dominant in E into the 6, climb it again, which creates the bridge between E and A. Like it doesn't feel like you've moved too far, but it's just awesome. So fantastic modulation, and but you can hear that character of that 4 minor so clearly. All right, now I've forgotten about the rest of the song. Yeah, man, but like huge Kelly Clarkson vibes. You know, it seems like Rena's got definitely a unique style of storytelling, which I love it. I love the voice. She's definitely got more of a, I would say, less of a breathy tone if you compare it to someone like Taylor Swift when she does the sort of storytelling verses. So I love that roundness, and yeah, for me again, that Enya sort of feel when she does these like wobbles, which there's a lot of those, and it just gives you that energy, man. Really cool, really open and lifty. And she's talking about, you know, catch me in the air, flying. You even had the plane sound effect come in there, which is incredible. All the instrumentation, all the lyrics, melodies, all the work is like focused on that one theme. Very, very good idea when it comes to songwriting. Very creative, beautifully done. Cool. I'm liking this so much. Let's keep going. Non-stop goodness here, but we are moving to track 5, Forgiveness, which potentially sounds like it's got a little bit more of a chill theme. Written by Adam Crisp, Johnny Latimer, once again, Rich Cooper, Rina Sawayama. Produced by Rina Sawayama, Stuart Price, and Clarence Clarity. Are we bringing it down? Let's go with Forgiveness. Ooh. 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 Cinematic. Cool. So we got 6/8, very cinematic harmony. A little more of a breathy vocal. Woo. So choosing very dissonant harmony. The woozy guitars. Okay, win. D. So 6, and then time signature change. If we're thinking about feel, anyway. Using that to extend your lines and create emotion. When we extend vowels like that, it turns it into like a cry almost, a yell, a war cry is what I'm looking for. So really cool. Now we're really getting into that. All right, it's huge music. Very big song, huge song, which makes sense when you're using that 6/8. It already feels very dramatic. That's a very easy way to give that do-do-do-ga, do-do-do-ga. Especially, the slow 6/8 is just instant drama right out the gate. I'm going to go back to that very first passage. So start with the 1, straight into that lift here. Film 101 into that major 2 chord, and I think something like that, and then into the 4 minor. So there's 2 big cinematic chords in there, and then have this line in the melody as well. That top line in the glockenspiel. And then man, what a beautiful cinematic harmony to open it. So that really set the tone for the entire song right then and there. There's just so much going on. Harmonic changes, key change there. There's just, I guess versatility is the best way to describe it. We got a little more of a breathy tone out of Rina, but the 6/8 just gave it an incredible feel. And then shifting that to the 4/4 sections, listen to that again. All right, so we don't change tempo at all, but we just change from we have this like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can split that up into bum, 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 bum. So we go into the duplet pattern versus the triplet 6/8 sort of feel. So, but like really like going all out on it. Again, it's lifting, it's cinematic, and so it feels different because we're just shifting the time and the feel so much. So you just like get one really dramatic song going into another really dramatic section. So the energy like never stops, but it doesn't get boring because of just the huge amount of changes in it. And I love the way she goes vocally, like really showcasing some talent there. So yeah, I could talk about that song forever, but let's move on to the next one. All right, moving on this roller coaster is Holy. So we're going from This Hell to Holy, written by Chris Lyon, Nate Campany, Rina Sawayama, Stuart Price, produced by Rina, Stuart Price, For Those I Love. All right. Interesting producer name. Haven't heard of it, but where do we go? Holy Till You Let Me Go. Fair few plays on this. You can feel the groove. Feel like this one's going to be dancey. Oh, very dark sub there. Again, haunting textures. Catch the whisper track too. Here comes the beat. I love this kind of stuff. Beautiful. Oh, it's fat. This is my kind of song. Oh, a little bit of that Ava Max. Damn. I love it. So quickly, man. Ooh, love this song. What was I going to say? So you got the synth. So every subdivision is covered here. You get the open hats. So important. Very unnoticed, but creating a lot of that dance against the floor. Yeah, the kick's important, but so is that offbeat hat. And massive, massive vocal over the top. It's such a thick production. Let's keep going. Who else? Like Banks? Is it Banks? That just dark pop. Oof. That's my kind of thing. So melodically, climbing. Woo. Screw the guitar. I'm putting this down, man. It's too good. All right, so some synths still in the 16, and that glassier synth, that main one there, is on the 8s, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So bass on the 16, other synth on the 8, and she's just glued over everything. So I feel like I'm yelling because I've just cranked it so much in my headphone. And she, like, the long vocal means you can just ride that groove out. Dude, what a track. There's those church bells again, man. Love her use of like textures and ambience along with the music. Makes it a lot more theatrical. Number one spot for me. I am a sucker for that kind of song. It really brings me to, some Ava Max, Banks, Chloe from Australia, if you've heard her. Just that nice theatrical, dark, haunting pop, man. With the 16th synth bass, man. Huge fan of that style. But again, pushing the vocals. What a great singer. I love, again, she's just tying everything lyrically. If you just listen to that verse, Heavenly, Vision, Magdalene, the College of Magdalene, pre-chorus, God on your side, light starting to shine. And then, chorus, innocent, evil, cathedral, peace, religion. So, and obviously holy till you let me go. So, like, super cohesive writing. It stays on the one idea. You got all these religious themes. It seems like, that doesn't disappear across the album as well. I would love to know what that song is about. Is that her as the martyr, or is this just like describing a story? Like, yeah, but huge fan of that instrumental style. I pointed out every subdivision is covered by something. So just on the surface there's a lot of parts going on, but the clear ones to me is that bass hitting the 16ths, the glassy synth, the lead synth with the riff on it, taking care of your eighth notes, and then her voice really gluing over the top, and those offbeat hats, man. What? Very, very important. Love it. Beautiful production, super thick and haunting, and again the church bells. So that's a track. Definitely my favorite. I don't know if that's going to be beaten on this album for me personally, but we'll see as we move to the next track. Into track 7, Your Age, explicit warning. Lauren Aquilina on the writing again with Marcus Anderson and Rena. Produced by 4 producers: Rena Sawayama, Lauren Aquilina, Marcus Anderson, Clarence Clarity. What a dream team. Your Age. Let's go.
Not a secret, not a
That's a punchy drums.
symptom or cure. Not a villain, not a mistake.
So clear
Eyes of God,
eighth note. There's God again, all right? So a lot of religious themes here.
not a savior, oh no.
But see if we get off these eighth notes.
Not a problem.
Very straight. Dude. Nice. A lot more modern on this. Really sticking with that idea. So you had a few long notes breaking the eighths, but it's a very straight song. Obviously, kick, snare, do, psh, do. It's very marchy. It's very powerful. When you're using a beat like this, slow tempo, really punchy drums, it gives you this like military kind of feeling subconsciously. This is like your cinematic, like League of Legends, K-pop stuff that they did with like the Korean pop groups. Now bringing in some more excitement in the hat. Just another chorus, I think.
With my life.
Yeah. So that's what I think it's Ian Kirkpatrick would describe as like really abusing the space, or like getting you comfortable and then suckle the reverb out. Boom. Intimate. Yeah, it's got a real edgy electronic. Straight again. Even those stutters. Da, 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 da. Woo. So different. You can't, man, there's huge variety on this album. That's a great little middle song there, just to put in between. It's like an interlude, man. Yeah. So the main like driver in that harmony, and it's definitely in, if anyone's listened to the Pop Stars, the League of Legends one that was done a few years ago with the Korean pop, is it KDA? And many other sort of songs, big songs that have tried to follow that trend, which is this. That transition there, we had the E there too, and the F sharp. So these very, again, cinematic chords, used in a lot of film score stuff. Yeah, like I said in the middle there, it's just all about that punch. Everything, bum, 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 bum on the eights. I love the distortion. Just a good chance for her to get a little bit more scary, a little bit more edgy. Very modern production. That's definitely more of an instrumental song, you know, really focusing on the melodic qualities, the rhythmic qualities, and less on a story. Nice little song in the middle there. We should continue on and see where we go from here. Beautiful. Next track is Imagining, explicit warning, and written by Adam Crisp, Lauren Aquilina, Rena Sawayama, Vic Jamieson, produced by Arena, Stuart Price, and Clarence Clarity. What do we got? little bit of weirdness. Very playful delivery. Rappy. It's like what Sabrina Carpenter did, man. Just all right. Da 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 da. It's just good. I don't know if this counts as a breakbeat, but like it's almost drum and bass, man. Going to halftime now. Just to slow it down. But you can feel the tension. Because that bass is still boom, 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 boom. So here you got much more of a syncopated offbeat syncopation into the straight. So yeah. But the vocal contrast we get with this distortion too. All right. The piano is cool. Man, we've softened it a little. More of that vocalization, right? Very Enya, gives it that war cry like primal aspect. And you know, it's the use of the voice more of an instrument. That's interesting. Man, that you can like that's a lot more, at least for me, what seems like Rina Sawayama. That's what I was expecting after hearing the work with Charlie. I mean, listening to stuff that Lauren Aquilina writes and records. Not so much her style, but who knows? But yeah, wow. Every song has been so different. Everything is just completely unique. Very punchy. And just is more of an instrument focus. Like, it has so much effect on the vocal that it's clearly not something that she wants you to really focus on in terms of lyric and the way she's singing. It's just like another instrument there. And like I said, emphasized with the way she's written the vowels at the end. You know, it's an extension of her voice and using that as part of the production as like a synth or something. You know, it's very much designed to be a tool, you know, rather than like words. The biggest thing there was to make that sort of song work really well and not feel bland. Obviously, the production was really working well in terms of coming in, coming out, switching up the time, had this really fast-paced breakbeat into the halftime, and then we softened up, added some more gentle with the piano, more gentle instruments. But vocally, it's that syncopation versus straight, very, very clear in this song. Just like super straight chorus, against a much more bouncy verse, which she did before in one of the previous tracks. So you see that show up a lot because you kind of have to, otherwise your song sounds very stale. So super great writing when it comes to that. Something very unique. Anyway, moving on. Track number 9 is Frankenstein. 9 Frankenstein. This one written by Lauren Aquilina, Paul Epworth, and Rina Sawayama. Produced by Rina, Paul, Clarence Clarity once again. Let's go, Frankenstein. Much faster. That's wacky, dude. Ooh. Kinda back to that like Kelly Clarkson. You can't really hear it, but it's the 8th note drive with the longer vocal over the top. Yeah. Syncopation. Beautiful chords. Question is, do we get a like drop or a chorus? Yeah. Yeah, boy. This is, again, kind of like Holy with the... Oh, this brings me back. Yeah. So groovy. And you got it's all about this subdivisions. Ba 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 ba. Dun, 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 dun. Long vocal. That's beautiful. I'm speechless, man. Energy is just up there, man. Oh yeah. Woo! Man. Get some live drums on that. That was packed energy just from the tempo. Fast paced, love it. Chord wise, and just the feeling of that song's great. So huge energy. But chord wise, we finally had this kind of really heavy minor feel into the there, then the two, and then I think it wasn't so blatant on the dominant sound there, but this kind of progression. So it's that's the important one. Really drivey, and it's all in that eighth note bass again. Bum, 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 bum. So that was, yeah, you can hear the 80s influence, but I think, yeah, the vocal lines are very 90s rock or early 2000s rock. It was really cool. Always up there in her vocal range, right? So depending on where you're sitting in your vocals is just, it doesn't matter about the lyrics, whatever the melody, it's just how much effort you have to put in. So when she's up here, one more time. But for me, that's my falsetto. But for her, she's like really belting that. And so like, even though it's the same pitch between me and her, it's like where it's sitting for you connects the listener in different ways because we instinctually associate like energy, excitement, danger, whatever to like a belting vocal. So it catches our ears. So she's using that a lot here. Very versatile artist, very versatile singer. And once again, cohesive lyric writing. Monster. Oh, that was a cool section too. Wanna be a monster anymore. I don't wanna be a monster anymore. That and the verse was definitely syncopated. Really like making use of that fast tempo and giving bounce to the lyrical the vocal melody by popping that, really like making it clear on that those offbeats. Very cool. Wicked. All right. Not much to go now, I guess, but we'll move on. Track 10 is Hurricanes. All right. Written by Adam Crisp and Rina Sawayama. Only the two. Produced by Rina, Stuart Price, Clarence Clarity. What do we got on Hurricanes? Fair few plays on this one. Let's go. Still waiting for something like real down tempo. Perfect. Yeah. Something simple. That delayed beat. Simple. AAB structure. Long and lift. Using that semitone to lead the melody. Ooh, drums. All right. Yeah, now we're in 2000s rock territory. Woo. I've listened to a lot of this kind of music, man, and I love it. Love the acoustic drums, man. Two to the 4. Boom. That. That's that perfect fifth too. So like very solid interval. Powerful sound. Classic. Yeah. Woo. It is just classic rock, man. Those hits super important too. Ba, dun, dun, ba, dun, dun, ba. Simple but effective. That's my childhood, right? Yeah, that's the Kelly Clarkson. Not so much the Paramore, but like just 2000s rock. So much of it back then. That's huge, like nostalgia trip for me there. So unexpected on this album, considering everything we've had. So a song like that, I guess just the eighth note drive. It's just that. Dun, 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 dun. It's been going on since like as early as rock and roll gets, man. Like eighth note driving chords, and her voice is just like we had in Frankenstein. Whew, it's just sitting in that pocket, that real nice, piercing sort of place. Exactly what I said in the last song. Just naturally hearing anyone singing in that range is going to pull your ear because it's like, it's an exciting part of the vocal range when you're really belting it up. So that was excellent. And yeah, just power progressions, man. So lyrically cohesive. So it's a really good showcase of her, man. Like this is just such a great second album. It's just like, you're still not really settled in a particular genre that you have to be expected to make. And so it's like, I'm just going to do everything. That one would have been on Video Hits back in the day, if anyone knows that. Alrighty, let's go on to the next one. Track 11 is Send My Love to John. Lucky guy. Written by Lauren Aquilina, Marcus Anderson, Rena Sawayama. Produced by Rena, Lauren, and Marcus. I love this team. What do we got on Send My Love to John? Ooh. Very slappy, but beautiful.
Crossed the border in the summer of 73.
Right.
Left my mother to go after the American dream.
Beautiful story.
Cool.
So we've got an AABB. Break. A bit more folky here. Beautiful story. So, like, before we continue, such a difference. Now we're in the folky space, and everything's out of the way of her voice because it's a story, and so we have to focus on that. And so nothing's interfering with that. We just had that beautiful guitar part and mostly everything underneath. Lift it up into the major. All right. Okay, so all the folk tropes here. And the 4 minor again. All right. Oh, wicked. Hang on, let me grab my capo. The guitar sounds tuned down maybe as well. Yeah. I'm curious about her religious background. Nice. To the 4. Love it. Oh, super ascension.
And I'm sorry for happy. I'm right where you belong.
The secondary dominant, the 4, and minor.
Send my love to John.
Man, is there anything she can't do? Really cool. I mean, my background is all folk music. So that was pulling out all the stops there. I mean, first of all, these beautiful shapes, which you've heard a lot in our chorus there, just gives it a really nice voicing. It's a beautiful little storytelling progression. Oh, man. And that song was all story. I don't know who John is. Let's see if we can look anything up here, because I'd love to know who this guy was. But this is just a fantastic story. Okay, so it's not a real guy. From the perspective of a mother accepting her son for his queerness. John is the name of her friend's boyfriend, who she references. Okay. So it's about homosexuality. I just thought it was more of a immigration story because she opened it with crossing the border. Now it makes so much more sense. So it's verse 3. Saw the way the kids treat you every day at school. Should have blamed them, but instead I hid behind the Bible's rule. Prayed to God above. But all you needed was my love. Wow, that really puts puzzle pieces into place there. So that's an excellent story. And I love just stripping that down and, giving it the attention it deserves by just a beautiful acoustic track. Really big fan of that kind of thing. Hard to compare to anything else in the album. It really sits in its own space. So do a lot of these songs. So there's actually barely any players on that track. So that's a bit of a shame. Well, barely any, 500,000. So a lot, but in comparison to the rest of the album. Beautiful stuff. Pretty common sort of like... picking pattern there. So the instrumental providing the syncopation there and just a nice steady motion to drive things forward while she sings the story. So absolutely love that, man. Really cool. 2 songs to go. Let's hit the next one. Second to last track. What a journey so far. Phantom. Love the sound of it. On that haunting train as well. Written by Adam Crisp, Lauren Aquilina, Rina Sawayama, and Vic Jamieson. Produced by Rina, Stuart Price, Clarence Clarity. We're getting spooky again. Let's go. All right. Kind of sweet.
Once upon a time,
Oh, all right. Real sweet.
there was a girl chasing
Back in the 6/8 too.
stickers and scented gel pens, give possessions, get friends, breaking off pieces, things started to change.
Yeah. So notice the pace increase in the vocal. Ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah. That. Oh. There's that. Ooh. We had the perfect fifth wobble. And the 4 minor again. Very approachable song. A lot of little textures. Yeah, more on the Taylor Swift side. Big piano bass notes though. Love doing that. Underrated dramatic tool. Yeah, it's got that hint of haunting. So the strings are glissando a lot, right? So they're very sliding a lot, and that hollow piano bass is just giving it that touch of dissonance. Open up into this beautiful. And then on Phantom, hit the minor. B section pace increase. Ooh, lift there. That's interesting. Woo! Yeah, I gotta love a good classic guitar solo. Man, her vocal melodies are incredible. Just a touch of like unexpected melody, like the Carolyn Polachek stuff. This. Never mind. So the guitar was actually on the thirds there, but power in her voice, dude. She would have done well in the 80s, man. The wailing guitar. Woo! Kind of want to learn that. So up there. That's as high as my guitar goes. Beautiful. What a great song. I could have even finished the album there. Just a power ballad, man. 6/8, big open chords. A good friend, the 4 minor. Theme of this album. But yeah, you know, pockets of dissonance, pockets of uniqueness in there. So I like that she's, you know, inspired a lot of this sort of classic stuff, but then just mixes in a little bit of her own character. Man, her voice, it's really something. It's really, I can't put my finger on it. It's got that control, indescribable. That's when you know it's good. So yeah, just a lot of these little vocalizations, just to give it something extra. So if you want to go back and listen to the Carolyn Polachek album, a lot going on there in terms of that. Just like melodies that climb, Aurora even as well, which I've done. So, you know, just popping these melodies in there. They're a little less orthodox, but I mean that's just your classic rock ballad. Love the guitar, getting right up there. But notice like the matching of words like phantom on that 4 minor chord. So when the dissonant chords come in, the lyrics are kind of supporting that idea. But yeah, very spacious. Love the drums. Just a cruisy song. I thought there's one more left. Incredibly unique album so far, but we'll finish it off. All right. Whole album crew, if you're still with me, drop a comment and let me know if you're still around. We had the final track 13, To Be Alive, written by Lauren Aquilina, Marcus Anderson, and Rina Sawayama. Produced by Rina Sawayama, Lauren Aquilina, Marcus Anderson, Stuart Price. Mostly the core team that has had their names on the album. How do we finish this off? I have no expectations just because it's just been so wild so far. So let's hit To Be Alive and close this album out. What do we got?
Flowers still look pretty when they're dying. Blue skies always there behind the rain. Rain, ocean.
1645.
Swallow all of the feelings.
So descriptive.
To my bedroom walls. I never thought that I'd get this right, but
Building it. Whoa. Yeah, bringing it all up, wrapping it all up here. That's that range I'm talking about. When she's up there, like, it's so great. It's a beautiful place in her voice. We had this before, that really fast-paced, fast-moving percussion with the syncopated snare. To move along with all these long vocals. Lovely message. 4. Ooh. Super inspiring. Like she's really broken out of a shell. This is great. You can hear the richness in there. And I feel like the vocals could be thickened up, add some harmonies, layers, a lot of layers. We've just got that one harmony bit in the back. Drenching it in the reverb. That's all you need. Don't need a bridge, just hang. And that's it. Fade her out. Big song. Very open. Nice. That's the album. But that song in particular, yeah. Surprisingly, just that. That's it. In terms of harmony, which is a big change since the start of the album. So that's better for me because I can actually follow that. My favorite thing is just that range in her voice when she's up there. Those really high notes, and it's just a beautiful place in her voice to really feel the aliveness. Yeah, to be alive, right? Very, very appropriate title. Loved that. Again, all the lyrics, like, they just lead you to there, you know? It's just like an 8-lane freeway, and then everything merges into that one lane, aliveness, openness, lyrically on point. Yeah, I love that second verse, actually. So darkness used to wrap its arms around me, used to bring it with me everywhere. I swear that sometimes I get to be my worst enemy. I swear this whole time the answer's been right in front of me. So, you know, just being like so closed up, pre-chorus used to make my world so small, prison to my bedroom wall. So you get this claustrophobic feeling. It's all talking about being surrounded by darkness and things. But then in that, boom, chorus, flips the script. Everything leads into this now. I've opened my eyes. I'm alive. I believe Hold the Girl. So it's similar in terms of the percussion with that sort of break beat, that the offbeat snare anyway. To really drive things. Like that's just such a forward-moving percussive tool, so that these long open vocals can ride over the top and the song can still feel like it's progressing. I think that really works well together. So, but yeah, beautiful stuff. A nice little open end to the album. And that was the last one, guys. So we're going to wrap up our thoughts for the album as a whole. Let's go. And there we have it. That was Hold the Girl. What an incredible album. My first experience with Rina. So that was a treat. I must say, what an incredibly versatile artist. That was a huge range of things in terms of style, in terms of texture, harmony, production, writing, just like a huge mix. But yeah, common element across those was obviously her excellent voice, can clearly sing, and made use of that melodically. I'd say definitely a mostly dark undertone and texture to a lot of those tracks. Those religious themes coming up a lot. Would love to get a bit of background on that. Favorite song would have to be Holy, Till You Let Me Go. That was just awesome for me. There's a lot of close seconds. I really liked Catch Me in the Air. Really liked Send My Love to John. But that whole first half of the album, man, that was really incredible stuff. And then we kind of got a bit more simple and then really punchy. It's very hard. That incredible songs. A good mix of, you know, things that people are familiar with and stuff that's quite more unique. So, you know, the single there, This Hell, that was like definitely something I would push as a single just because of the danceability, the popularity, very easily marketable song, which is a great thing to sort of pull people into your more unique music. But she pulled that off really great. I mean, expert production on a lot of these, really cool. Percussion, vocal processing, big fan. So thanks for that recommendation, guys. Very much enjoyed that. And we'll be listening to a few of those again, that's for sure. And again, subscribe if you haven't already. Get those videos straight to your inbox and join the Discord community through the link in the description. Hope to see you there. This has been Evolved Songwriting. My name is Jake. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.